pops up.
Yeah, what else did you get?
Hey, everybody. You can keep talking. I was going to wait a sec. Our dogs are kind of being crazy. We wanted to see if they would do it for you. They were doing like Jurassic Park here on our yoga mats.
Junior.
They're so cute. There's Junior. And there's Ray. And they love each other so much.
Get him, Junior. Get him.
Okay. That was exciting. There's their Jurassic Parking. Okay, you guys gotta go away. Come on. Come on, Ray and June. Come on.
Here's your Ray. Come on.
Ray,
Come on,
Go. Go.
Thank you.
They kind of all excited to go in the cage.
Okay, let's start in our seated, comfortable position.
Your head might be cut off.
That's okay. I'll work it out. I just wanted to give a little heat too. I get chilly.
Yeah, I just think if you moved it up, like perfect.
Hi. Okay, finding that comfortable spot in our seat where we can focus on our breath. We're going to take that breath up through the belly, expand, then up through the ribs, expand again, and bring that breath all the way up through the chest. And then we'll bring it all the way back down. Thank you. And when our mind wanders, we'll come back to the breath. Things to know before you get too settled. We'll do some pinky ball work. The tennis ball works. Anything small like that works. So if you need to go grab one of those, go ahead. And then for today, let's focus on the inhalation and exhalation of 4. Bring that breath up through the belly, expanding the belly, ribs, chest. Watch the body get tall as you fill it with your breath. And then come back down on the exhalation. Now let's work on expanding that breath to about a 6 count. So we take that breath in up through the belly, expand the ribs, expand the chest, up through the neck, shoulders come down, and exhaling all the way back down. And while we're taking this 6 count of inhalation and exhalation, I want you to focus on the expansion in the back. So we bring that breath up. Notice how the ribs open and expand the area of your back. Let's send our breath into that place for this. And notice the different sensations when that happens. Now let's move into that 8 count. Make sure you don't go too far where you're gasping, so cut it before the gasp. We're going to inhale that breath up through the belly. Expand the ribs. Open the chest. Open the back. Shoulders rise. Then bring it back down. One more time with that big 8 count. Then let's move it back to a 6 count. And now let's bring it down to that 4 count. And just kind of notice the relief that happens with that. And then we'll come back to our normal natural breath. I'm going to grab my pinky ball. And we're going to start with working on the feet. We're going to do some joint freeing stuff before we go into the movement. And I just thought this would be a nice time to be working with the pinky ball. So getting that ball of the foot on one side. And just do whatever you'd like to do. I'll show you how I use it from the chair. Of course, this is my favorite. Right there on the ball of the foot. And when you're ready, you can move it over to the other one. If you find a crunchy spot, stop and hang out there. The myofascial release works on more of the fascia, obviously, than the muscle. So the fascia sticks to things. And if you're inactive or maybe you don't move one body part or another, it's like sticky tacky glue. So then you can rub it down your thighs here. And it stays there. So when you're doing these arm raises, that's what you're feeling separate is the fascia. It's not actually the muscles moving so much. So I like to envision that sticky tacky feeling and then the separation of that. You can also bring it up to the pecs and get into the sides here. And then as silly as this is going to look, I'm going to put it under my seat, under my tuchus. Ah! And be gentle here. So you can kind of find the knot, and with the ball here, sit on it. I know it seems silly, but right before my hip surgery, I was actually in the car. This was the only way I could sit because I had so much bound up muscle and fascia that I needed the constant release. Then I like to move it over to the other side. It's a little intense, especially when you find that spot. Like you're like, oh, I'm awake, I'm awake. So there it is. Ah! You can move around, or you can just stay there. We'll bring it back here. That seems to be where I need it today. We've been doing so many push-ups, right? Every class, 1,000,000 push-ups. Next day, 1,000,000 push-ups. There is a theme with the body weight stuff especially. Okay, take a couple of more minutes there. I'm going to put it back on my feet. Maybe one more minute. Gorgeous day out today. We did gardening, working out, more gardening. There was some scooter riding, some football playing. We have a great little cul-de-sac nobody else is out in. Okay, when you feel complete with that, let's set that ball aside. So with the joint bringing series, we're just isolating different joints. We're going to start with the hands, bring them out in front. And we're just going to make big circles, bring them in and then out, circling. Something just popped on my screen. So before something bad happens, I'm going to go look. Keep that going 2 more times. Okay. It was nothing. It was just like a reset. Now let's turn that back around. So whatever way you were going before, do it the opposite way. Notice how funny that is. Cracking wrists. Are yours cracking? Okay, with those arms outstretched, now we're going to bring the hands up and down, up and down, up, down, up, down. I know this seems like a silly little thing. We did this once in my yoga class. We did it the whole hour. We won't do that. But man, I felt so good. I mean, think about all the movement you're getting that you never get. Okay, we're going to set those arms down by the side. I'm going to do some elbow work because you have a nice big joint there. So bring those arms up, tap your shoulders, bring them down. Up, bring them down. The elbows don't go too many ways, but you want to try to get the joints that are available. Now we're going to bring them, keep them down by the sides here, and we're going to do some shoulder work. So we're going to inhale those shoulders up, exhale them back and around. So your 2 major joints that are prone to get hurt because they can go in so many directions are your hips and your shoulders, right? So it's super important that we keep flexible in those 2 areas especially. One more time. Now turn it around, bring it back. So forward. You can bring that back with you if you'd like. Okay, now let's bring those shoulders up and down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Oh, my tummy just growled. That was totally me. 2 more times. And 2. Okay, we're going to bring those arms up as far as we can, and then bring them back as far as we can. So we're not making the complete circle. We're just seeing how much range of motion we have. I have a secret to tell you from Kennedy. He likes chair yoga better than yoga.
I didn't say that, but I do like chair yoga.
He likes chair yoga. I like it too, to be honest with you. I didn't think I would, but I really enjoy teaching it. One more time. Okay, we're going to bring this arm front and back. Front and back. We're just getting that shoulder in all the different directions. And really think about the range of motion. How far over can we get it? How far across the body? Notice your limitations. One more time. Set that arm down. We'll go right over to the other side. Inhale it out. Exhale it back. Notice which side has less range of motion. This for me is this side. It's funny when you have a bad side, it seems to be the whole side is bad. Although I will tell you, I've had clients sometimes that's One side's bad for some things and not for the other. One more time. Open and shut. Let's extend those feet. You can hold on to your chair if this makes you the least bit nervous. And we're going to point and flex the toes. Point and flex. Point. So really when you're pointing, that's where that big stretch is, right? Feel that in the tops of your feet with the toes. 2 more times. Now we're going to do the same thing with the feet that we did with the hands. So we're going to make those circles in one direction. Notice how weird it is. It's hard. One more time. Then turn it around. Two more times. So there it was. Okay, we're going to take that right foot back under the chair. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing here with it. I didn't have a block in the way. We're stretching the top of the foot. So you're just going to put the top of the foot down on the floor. Press into it. I don't know about anybody else. My feet are the worst part of my body. This is like absolutely excruciating. And you'll have to thank Stacy for this one because she does it in the beginning of every Pilates class, and I've always hated it. So now your foot's straight back. What we want to do now is internally rotate the foot and do the same thing. So now you've got kind of an outer ankle stretch. Can you feel that? I know there's nobody to answer me.
Yeah.
Yeah, friends. Okay, let's move over to the other foot. I'm going to go back to my normal position. So walk that foot back. Oh, this foot. Oh. Sorry, this is really bad for me. Now internally rotate the foot and again press in. Hello, Avery. Bodie. I gotta look. Bodie. Okay, and let's release. Okay, we're gonna go right in now. So we're gonna start with some sun salutations. Nice big inhale up. Exhaling forward fold. Inhaling halfway up, hands on the thighs, flat back. Exhaling forward fold. Inhaling, those arms come all the way up. Exhaling those hands to heart. 2 more times. Nice big inhale. Exhaling forward fold. Inhaling halfway up. Nice flat back. Exhaling forward fold. Inhaling those arms all the way up. Exhaling those hands to heart. 1 more time. And those hands come to heart. Let's inhale those hands up. Exhale the hands to heart. Couple more times. Just nice circular motions. Keeping that movement going in the shoulders. 1 more time. Now I've come out to the edge of my seat, and you should too. Very edge. Arms are out in front. We're going to lean back, not touch back. Inhale back up. Exhale back. Inhale up. So we're using those abs. Got a great ab exercise here. Keeping that back nice and straight. Keep working with those. My favorite fuzzy sweater. I think I wore that every day after my surgery. It was my comfy, cozy bed sweater. 2 more. Now the next time you go back, we're going to hold. So we're not actually hitting the back of our chair. We've got 6 breaths here. Sending those breaths to any places that are tight. Breathing through the work, 3 more breaths. One more. Then we'll inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Let's open those legs a little bit. Get some space for the body to come down. Maybe you bring your block with you, or maybe you can reach the ground. On the inhalation, we stretch that spine. On the exhalation, more fold. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, folding. Sending that breath to the low back. One more breath. Then we'll bring those hands up to the thighs and roll up nice and slow. Let's put our foot on the block in front of us. Like I said, you can have a book here. It doesn't actually have to be that. We're still on the edge of our chair. Left hand comes to the chair. Inhaling, right arm up. Exhaling, bringing it down. Inhaling it up. And exhaling it down. So back and forth with the breath. We're letting gravity do the work on the legs in the butterfly position. A little external rotation, 2 more times. Last one. We'll go right into the other side. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale it down. Inhaling it up. Take your time with it. Really feel that stretch along the side body. Two more. And now last one. We're going to bring those feet back to the floor. Extend the right leg out. Have your strap or towel handy. Take that nice deep inhale. Get that spine nice and tall. On the exhale, we're going to hinge forward. You can walk that left foot out if you can come this far. Get a little more space. And then either hold on to your foot or the strap. As we use the exhalations to come closer to our leg, more bend. Three more deep breaths. Isn't that nice when it happens? You can get the feet. Now we're going to roll up nice and slow and change legs. We'll extend that left leg, kind of walk that right foot out. Inhale that spine nice and tall. And exhale, coming down. Hinging at the hips at first. And then coming over and either taking the strap around the foot or coming into the fold. And with every exhalation, we can release further to the ground. We're breathing into that low back, sending the air to the low back, upper back, hamstrings. One more breath. And then we'll inhale up nice and slow. We're going to extend both legs now. You can either point the toes or flex them. It doesn't matter, just as long as those legs are engaged. And if this is making you nervous, scoot back a little more in your chair. Inhale that spine nice and tall. Have your strap ready. And on the exhale, we're going to hinge first. So only hinge. Then inhale, extend that spine again. Exhale, Come down into that fold. You can take the strap, put it around the feet. And then we keep working with the breath. Inhaling, we extend that spine again. Exhaling, we fold some more. Taking those nice deep breaths. One more. And we're going to come up nice and slow. Walk those hands back up the legs. And come back up to that seated position. We're going to play a little with chair and chair twist. So for those of you who feel comfortable enough to come up out of the chair on the inhale with me, we're going to do that. Maybe it's not very tall. Inhale up. Exhale down. Try to make that a little less clunky than I did, okay? Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Try to track those knees right over the ankle. If you're not able to come out of your chair for this, I would suggest more of the inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale them up. Exhale down. But if not, keep going with this 2 more times. Then we're going to sit right back into the seat, come to the edge of the chair, bring those hands to heart. Nice deep inhale. Exhaling, twisting over the right front thigh. Hands are pushing together, helping expand the back, right? If you can get those arms to get a little bit of, I don't know, I just don't have the range of motion here. So we're trying to stack those shoulders, get into the twist. 3 more breaths. Breathing into that twist. 1 more breath. On the next inhalation, unwind, come back to center. Get ready to move on to the other side. Before you start, inhale that spine nice and tall. Exhaling, coming over the left thigh. Hands pushed together. We're breathing into this twist. Try to get those big belly breaths. Two more. And we'll unwind and come back to center, coming up into that nice tall position. Let's cross that right leg over. If you have this ability, which I've never had, to take this leg and kind of put it behind the other calf, like you're gonna, anyway, pretend I could do it. You can do that. Yeah, some people can take this foot. Yeah, see, I can't do that. I think it's a thick thigh versus not thick thigh thing. I do. I think it's a thigh thing. I have a lot of thigh. Bob does not have a lot of thigh. Now bring your arms out to the side, and we're going to do eagle pose. We're going to bring those arms together. Right arm comes under. Then we're here. Now before we go into the full twist, bring those shoulders down. And as we work through our breath, we're going to raise the arms while keeping the shoulders down. You'll find a point where your shoulders come with you. That's your point. Don't go farther. Nice deep breath. One more. And unwind. Need to shake that out. I got something going on over there on that left shoulder today. Okay, uncross. Do the other side. You can see that that's not going to be available to me no matter what. Then we're going to bring that left arm under. Ooh, it feels so funny on that side. Now before we work with the breath, bring the shoulders down and let the arms rise while keeping the shoulders coming down the back. Yes, it's easy to come here. It doesn't do anything for our body though. So let's work from where we are. Find your sticking point. 2 more breaths. And we'll unwind. We're going to need our strap here. I'm going to come to the side so you can see it, but you guys will stay straight. We're going to try to do that stretch where we try to get our hands as close as we can on the strap. Can they see this thing? So this is about as close as I can get. I don't want to go if my head is coming forward because it's like, we don't want to go there. We want to have a nice tall spine, neck's nice and long. And we're just working with the breath here, breathing into the spots that are tight. For me, that's left shoulder. It's screaming. Absolutely hates this. Tricep is stretching. 2 more breaths. Ooh, gladly unwind that right now. Ooh. Okay, we're going to move it right to the other side. So now the left arm's going to come up. And I'll warn you, we always start with that side that's better. So notice here, how far apart are you? You can see on mine, this is by far the worst side. I've got like a foot of strap here. And just notice, it's just something to know when you're working out on your own, things that you can work on. Like I obviously need to work on some shoulder mobility in both sides. I should not be this bound up with all the yoga I do. And to be honest, this kind of hurts. Like my right shoulder's kind of screaming, left triceps kind of screaming. 2 more breaths. And we'll let that go. Okay, if you've got your strap or your towel handy, we're going to extend that leg, that right leg. And just you can decide after I show you the exercise if you want to sit back in your seat more or not. But for now, we're going to bring that leg up using our hands. Okay, so you can sit back if you want, but keep that spine nice and tall. You can come back into your chair so you can get that bigger raise here. But make sure to keep the back tall. Don't come here. We're here. Shoulders are coming down the back. We're feeling that stretch in the hamstring all the way. If you bend the knee, you can get a little more here, but that's just for your back. What we're working on today is hamstring. If you have any other men doing this video, you can see almost always, men are much tighter in the hamstrings than women. I have a lot of theories on that, but I think it's really just how it is. Okay, let's release that leg down. We're going to move to the other side. I'm going to try it different this time. I'm going to come to the edge of my chair to see if it changes at all. And bring that leg as close as I can to my body. Keeping that back nice and tall. Breathing into the spots that are tight. Where are you sticky? And on the exhalations, you're reminding yourself to let go. What tension can I let go of here? One more breath. And then we'll release that leg down. Okay, we'll take that nice tall spine again. We're going to bring that right arm across the front. We're going to have this hand help the shoulder back down, and then we're going to take that head and bring it to the other side. Again, this is another one of my absolute favorites. You're going to get sick of it for sure. And we're breathing into whatever's tight. Sometimes for me it's the shoulder. Today it's the neck. And every exhalation, we just release a little more. Breathing into those spots that are tight. One more. We'll inhale that head up. Unwind. Bring that left arm across, right hand helps the shoulder down. Then we bring that head to the other side. And notice how that feels. Hey, Bodhi, when you're done with that, could you turn on the water to like medium? It's on the stove. And breathe into that neck. Send the exhalations to the sticky parts. One more breath. And come back to center. We didn't do my favorite yet. Hands on top of the thighs. Inhale that chest forward. Shoulders come back. Head rises. Exhale. Curve that spine. Tuck the chin. I just love cat-cow. My spine loves cat-cow, I should say. I think it's because if you get that stretch big enough in cat, it really, really works that middle back. Like, how often do you stretch your middle back? 2 more. And we'll come up to that neutral spine again. I'm going to take that right foot and cross it over the left. And I'll take that nice deep inhale, extend that spine. Exhale, come forward. Only come as far as you can. And inhale, lengthen the spine again. Exhale, a little more. Maybe this is as far as you go. Maybe it's just as far as Bob can go. We're breathing into the hip flexor. You can put a little bit of weight here, not on the knee, on the calf or the thigh. And you get that little bit of an extra stretch, not forcing, just putting a little extra pressure on it. Never forcing. Two more breaths. And then inhale up. Now before we trade sides, we're going to twist to the right. So take that nice deep inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Right hand comes behind. Left hand comes to the outside of the knee to help the twist. And we take those nice deep belly breaths, gazing over that right shoulder. Deep belly breaths, really massaging those internal organs. With every exhalation, we can release a little bit more. Get a little more twist. And then unwind. We'll move over to the other side. Bring that right leg down. Left foot crosses over. Inhale that spine nice and tall. Exhaling, coming forward. Ooh-wee on this side. And we continue to use the breath. Inhale, lengthen the spine again. Exhale, come down a little more. And when you hit those sticky points, you can hear I do the big exhales. It works. It's just a little, you just get a little more movement. It really helps whatever's holding to relax a little bit more. And I used to think that some people just weren't flexible. They just couldn't do it. You guys, have you ever watched a hip replacement surgery? What they do with those legs and muscles, they just whap them all over the place. We're all able to do it. We hold that tension in order to protect ourselves. So just keep working with the relaxation. One more breath. Inhaling up, nice and tall here. We're going to go right into that twist. Exhaling, twisting over to the left. Keeping that spine nice and tall. The exhale is used for the twist. And we gaze out over that left shoulder. Nice deep breaths. Visualizing that massage of the internal organs. And then unwinding nice and slow. Just had like a little hiccup burp thing going. Choked on my own words. Let's do a little bit of abs before we close out for the day. So I'm going to get this out of the way. Okay, we're going to bring those knees up. Hold on to your chair. It's more for balance than anything else. Inhale those knees up. One deep breath. Exhale them down. Inhale, knees up. One deep breath. Bring them down. We're going to do 6 more times. And 5. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Okay, this next time we're going to bring them up and hold for 6 breaths. Okay, here we go. Nice deep belly breaths. If you have to, you can put a leg down. Still works the core and it's enough. 3 more deep breaths. See if you can balance, if you can take those hands up. 2 more. Set those legs down, go right into forward fold. Release that back and low belly. 2 more breaths. Then we're going to bring those hands up to the thighs and come up nice and slow. So we're going to prepare for Shavasana. Anything else you might want to do? Also, Kennedy does legs up on the chair. I love legs up the wall, so I want you to feel free to do any of those things. Also, what might be nice if this is available, and it might not be available to you.
Hey.
So it's like lying butterfly. Normally I could do this on the floor too, but this is actually more comfortable than that. So get ready for that nice comfy position, whatever it is. I'll do some essential oils on these boys because they love it. And we're going to start with relaxing and thinking about those exhalations being a time to release any more tension from the body. I'm going to go see what kind of herbs I have for these guys. No, you're definitely not coming right now. You too crazy. Ooh.
Is it like this?
Yeah. Or however you can find a comfortable spot. You can take the block away. I think I use the block because I'm short. I don't know. I'm using Yang Yang today. Lang Lang. And start with your forehead. Release the tension from the forehead. And you'll let your face soften. And let the belly relax. Let those thighs become heavy. The palms are up. Maybe the fingers are rotating in, curling up a little. And we just release ourselves into the earth, giving our body a chance to rid itself of any more tension. So that when you rise for Shavasana, you're starting fresh, starting new. And with every exhalation, you can release that body down into the earth just a little bit more. Shedding the old stuff, like literally just shedding it. Letting it come off of you. Getting rid of the negativity, rid of the stress, rid of the emotions. And we'll start by deepening the breath. And for today, let's focus on the exhalation. We're just going to try to make that a little longer than the inhalation. It's been a stressful week. Those long exhalations help to relax the body. Getting that parasympathetic nervous system all intact. Then we're going to give small movements to the wrists. Maybe the ankle, the neck. And when you're ready, coming up to a seated position if you're not already there. Nice and slow at your own time, your own pace. I'm going to let these two catch up. The rest of us are probably sitting. Let's bring those hands together here. And we're just going to make little movements with the hands down and back, down and back. I forgot to do this with the wrists, and I wanted to make sure I was doing that. Then thread those fingers together and give these little guys. Oh, I've had so much cracking going here. And then turn it around. You make it go the other way now. Feels funny the second way, huh? Now let's press those tops of the hands together. Bring those shoulders down. And see how far down we can bring those hands without them separating. Ooh! Ooh! Right there.
That one should be how far up you should go.
What do you mean? Up? I can keep. I can
Like
do that.
keeping your tops together.
Yeah, I can keep it together all the way. I just can't do it. Right there. Okay, last one. Take the those fingers, bring them back. And get that good stretch in the fingers. It also works up the forearm. I always forget to do those. And the other side, when you're ready, no rush. Okay, tomorrow we've got suspension at 9 a.m. And then it's Friday, so 6 p.m. flow yoga on Common Ground site. I'll post it when it's over too on my regular site. Ooh. Okay, let's take that nice big inhale up, gather up all the energy, all the love in the sky. Exhale those hands to heart. Really, I so appreciate all of you. It does my heart so much good to be doing this for everybody. Have a beautiful evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Namaste.
Deep mama.
Welcome, baby.